There should be not just mechanisms for the valuation and the exit and the payback, et cetera, but also meaningful ways to resolve disputes that cannot be resolved internally, mediation, arbitration, et cetera. And so I will just chalk that up to my many years and hundreds of deals that I've seen, good, bad, and ugly, that I would you take those three things very seriously.
What are the top legal mistakes that operators make when bringing on a new partner or investor?
Number one, they are promised a lot of additional value add and wrap around with the money. So I'm going to make up an example. It's a real estate developer, and they're like, I'm going to give you access to all these leases, and you're going to first look at them, and you will never need a real estate broker again. It's not real unless you have it in writing. And so my general advice here is that if you are taking money from someone and they are also offering you services, the services should be clearly defined somewhere. And that is a separate contract sometimes than the investment agreement, because they may be buying into your operating company or signing some sort of securitized instrument, whatever. That is one legal document. The services and the discount or the in-kind trade, whatever they're promising you, is something else entirely. That's kind of numero uno. I think number two is they do not do the homework on the investor, right? I like to explain to people, like, you would not just go get married to someone you dated twice. And so it's always shocking to me when you see like two, three, four conversations with an investor and then a deal is done. And you're like, wow, like, did you background check them? Do they have a criminal history? Have they been bankrupted before? What were the last three investments they made? Can you talk to those founders? Can you talk to do your homework? They're not going to be offended. If they are a professional investor and they know what they're doing, they're going to expect that. And they're not going to rattle your cage or say a word if you don't ask, but you should. You really should. And they shouldn't have anything to hide. And if they have something to explain, then that's their moment. They're going to get out of it with you, and they should. I can't stress that enough. And listen, we're not talking about a huge expense. I mean, when someone gives you permission to do that background check, sometimes they're like $100 worth every penny. Do it. Do it. I think the third thing I will say is in an operating agreement, and there are a million different formats in which you can take investors, so I'm not even gonna get into that. But generally speaking, as a universal issue, I do not see buy-sell clauses. What that is if somebody has to exit or God forbid something happens to them and they pass away or they're incapacitated, who gets those shares? Do you get a first bite at them? How are they valued? If they want to leave voluntarily, if you have a disagreement and one of you needs to go, these are things like mechanisms on how you're going to agree on valuation. Who gets a first bite at the apple to buy back those shares? And shockingly devoid in so many agreements I see. If you are leaving that out intentionally, great. But this is definitely a moment where you should be talking to a lawyer and understand what's going to happen if things go south. And there should be not just mechanisms for the valuation and the exit and the payback, et cetera, but also meaningful ways to resolve disputes that cannot be resolved internally, mediation, arbitration, et cetera. And so I will just chalk that up to my many years and hundreds of deals that I've seen, good, bad, and ugly, that I would you take those three things very seriously.